It is with sadness in our hearts we announce the death of our beloved Margre Markville Charlery, better known as Beak, Bekla, Lefa, Daddy Margre or Uncle Margre of Patience Mon Repos, who passed away at the Victoria Hospital on Thursday, October 7, 2021. He was 65 years old. He was predeceased by his brothers, Bartholomew Charlery, better known as Hilary or Pharaoh, Joseph Descon, better known as Dismoke, left to mourn his 4 children, Reuben Serie of Patience, Keisha Serie of Patience, Jesus Serie residing in Trinidad, Karima Serie of Patience, the mother of his 4 children, Magdalena Serie and her brothers, Foster Serie and Cleta Serie, her sister, Suan Serie, his grandchildren, Enver Jabatis, Kervon Serie, Yizan Serie, Yarnell Serie, Kyle Ferdinand, Xavi Ferdinand, Lyle Ferdinand, Jerv Serie, Jervel Serie, adopted grandchildren, Caitlin Charlery, Caden Jabatis, Kadra Jabatis, his brothers, Francis Charlery, better known as Winston or Toll of La Pointe, Anderson Charlery, better known as Bellis, and My Boy of Patience, Bernard Charlery, residing in New York, Francis Charlery, better known as Nikoko, now residing in Auger, Gerard Charlery, better known as Bobby, residing in the U.S., Helbert James, better known as Lehman of Mon Repos, Michael Dolian, residing in England, Thomas Augustine, better known as Papos, residing in St. Croix, Kurt Augustine, residing in Florida, Dominic Charlery, better known as Luku of Patience, his sisters, Margaret Charlery, his twin sister of Patience, Septima Joseph, better known as Mama of La Pointe, Leisha Dorville and Lorna, both residing in French Guiana, Sylvia Charlery of Patience, Cynthia Wilson, Phyllis Wilson, Joan Augustine, all of Patience, Marie Maximin, better known as Angel of Rocher Micoud, Serena James of Labar, Catherine Norbert, residing in England, Annette Stanislas Prince, residing in Florida, Emmeline Charlery, Antoinette Algodel, both in Florida, Tekla Gilbert, residing in the U.S., special family member Agatha Charlery of Patience, friends, Norris James of Lapward, who was his very close and dear friend, the late Gonzague Joseph of Lapward, better known as Paris or Couspe, a cherished friend for many years, the late Albert Samuel and his wife Cassian Samuel of Mon Repos, Ellie Serie of Patience, Sophia Stephen, Gillias Wilson, Thomas St. Marie, all of Patience, Lynch and Leanne Favre of Mon Repos, John Samuel, better known as Harness, Maritus Norbert of La Pointe, Kenny James of Castries, Alberta Varson, better known as Mcita of La Pointe, the late Paul Wilson, better known as Addis of Patience, Antoine James of Patience, better known as He-Man of La Pointe, his special barber for many years, Raymond James of Patience, Patrick Peter of Mon Repos, better known as King, all his other friends of Under the Shanty Bus Shelter in Patience. Nieces and nephews: Antonia Joseph of Patience, Mary Lorna Sidney of Mon Repos, Joseph Joseph, Janetta Joseph, Janie Joseph, all of La Pointe, Julie Joseph of Micoud, Monica Charlery of Patience, Candace Charlery, better known as Abby B, residing in Barbados, Adela Charlery, residing in Castries, Sebastian Charlery of Patience, better known as Rocher, Bernard Charlery of Patience, better known as Otto, Gregor Charlery, Edusha Charlery, both of Patience, Eulalie Charlery, residing in Ville, Andreas Charlery of Patience, better known as Dove, Wayne Charlery, residing in Anguilla, Melvin Charlery, residing in Canada, Shara Charlery of Patience, Charlery Charlery in Canada, Tabitha Charlery in Barbados, Emily Charlery of Patience, Joel Charles of Patience, Shade Charles, Sharika Gaston, Junior Gaston, Simothea Gaston, Thaddeus Augustin, all residing in the U.S. Kathy Charlery, Gideon Charlery, both of La Pointe, Chesley Charlery of Rocher, Leanne Ferdinand, Melanius Ferdinand, Suan Wilton, Jana Faisal, Naj Rosary, Tyler Rosary, Darren Wilson, Jareen Wilson, all residing in Patience. Jade Wilson residing in England, Ava and Solange Stanislas of Castries, Vian Algodel residing in Florida, Ria Algodel residing in Florida, Merle of Rocher Micoud, Dorothy of Rocher, Margaret Charlery of Patience, Catherine Charlery of Rocher, Marylene Gaston of Rocher, Kimberly Charlery of La Pointe, Ima of Dennery, Nelma of La Pointe, Melanius of La Pointe, Kimran of Deriso, adopted nieces, Florence John Clark residing in Barbados, Ella Victor residing in Canada, Mathuna Noel of Patience, adopted nephew, Filomeno Lopez residing in Rome, Italy, son-in-law, Damien Jean-Baptiste, cousins, Elizabeth Victorin of Patience, Yandra Victorin of Patience, Althea Victorin of Laban, Teresa Jean-Baptiste of Castries, Bodil Filjan of Micoud, Marlena Charlery of St. Croix, Raphael Charlery of Patience, Mary Raymond of Patience, better known as Antiphon, Cecilia Charlery residing in St. Croix, Robert Charlery of St. Croix, Vita and Pima Charlery residing in St. Croix, Marylene Gaston and family in Mon Repos in the U.S., Deacon Vincent Norbert and family of La Pointe, Cressida Pellius and family, Juliet Alexander of Escap and family, MacDonald Alexander and family of La Pointe, Clive and Yoland Victorin, Boothia Paul and her brother Rufus, John Monero of Patience, John Charlery and family of Castries, John Norbert and family of Micoud, Leota Victorin of Angers, Kathy Victorin of Micoud, Angela Seri and family of La Pointe, Mr. and Mrs. Sanders Seri and family of Patience, Farina Descott and family of La Pointe and Patience, Petrona Brisfair, better known as Ma Victor, who was his godmother of Patience, Thomas Charles, better known as Tandy of Angers, Mrs. Talita Samuel, her sister Tises and family, Josephat Charlery, better known as Cagney. Family, friends, and relatives: Hilary Wilson of Patience, Vern George, also of Patience, Magdalene and Chris Siri of Mon Repos, Beverly Charlery, better known as Auntie Belle or Bevy of La Pointe, Martha and Molly Noel of Patience and Laban, Ecta James of Patience, Sonia Joseph of Sainte Marie Patience, Flora Emmanuel of Mon Repos, Judith Emmanuel residing in the U.S., Marianne Doleon of Patience, Fedora Joseph, also known as Mediana of Patience, Junior James of Patience, Cyrilla James residing in Castries, Tessie Charlery, Glenn Gary Wilson, Monica and Gregorina Wilson, all of Patience, Margaret George and family of La Pointe, Rosemary Pierre of Patience, all members of the Patience Mon Repos group, Uncle Fitzroy of England and Auntie Frances of Curaçao, his co-workers who worked with him in cul-de-sac Castries, Micoud, Ville, and Rocher, his last employer, Mr. Sadu of Micoud, his neighbors, Claret and Jacinta August and family, all his kosher mama friends, especially Charlie, Siri and company, many other friends and family too numerous to mention, the Charlery family, the Siri family, the Descartes family, the Wilson family, Norbert, Gaston, Victorin, William, Joseph, Augustine, Varson, Monero, Alexander, Charlemagne, and Hippolyte families. The funeral service for late Margre and Marc Ville Charlery, better known as Bekla, Leifa, Daddy Margre or Uncle Margre, will be held at St. Anne's Roman Catholic Church in Mon Repos, after which his body will be laid to rest by his loved ones at the Mon Repos Cemetery. May his soul rest in God's eternal light, love, and peace. Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon him. May he rest in peace.